Okay, now before you have a spasm and activate Twitter mode, just listen to me for a second. I know that this channel is headed in a very bad direction in terms of brain rot, but just trust me on this one, okay? I mean, how sick is a driving Skibidi Toilet? Pretty cool if you ask me. Anyways, as the title says, my goal is to build a small car-like thing that is controlled wirelessly with the help of radio transceivers. Basically meaning they can both receive and send radio signals at the same time. I also want to have the ability to control whether it's driving using an infrared sensor, so I just have to lift my hand up like this to make it drive. But it's not just gonna be any RC car. We need something special. Something that people will never forget in their entire lives. What in the Lord's name am I even doing with my life? You probably don't even care how I built this thing, but because I want to torture you, I'll go ahead and explain anyways. We'll need a couple of electronics to make this project work, of those which include infrared sensors, DC motors, jumper wires, a breadboard, and most importantly the microcontroller. I decided to use the Raspberry Pi Pico since it's way better than the Arduino series, especially regarding the price tag. Just take a look at the specs, man. If this isn't a glitch or something, I don't know. The most obvious thing to do is to just 3D print them, so on to the next step. Wait a second. I don't even have a printer. I guess I'll cancel this video. There's no way I'm spending $800 just for some stupid brain rot meme that nobody actually cares about. I mean, who would actually be that stupid? There's just one little problem left.
But there's one problem, Luigi.
I have no idea how to 3D design literally anything. So I went to a website called Thingiverse and searched for Skibidi Toilet car.
Wait, what? This can't drive though.
Unsurprisingly, I found nothing, so I had no choice but to design one myself. Time to spend the next month learning how to do exactly that. And finally, after hours and hours of torturous work, I introduce to you the first design of the Skibidi Mobile. Take a look at this one-of-a-kind creation. It's pretty disgusting, ugly, and also not functional at the same time. But what the hell do you expect me to do with only 1 month of experience in this stuff? By the way, if you happen to read anything that is worth reporting to the police, don't worry, that's just me being a little bit silly. As I before mentioned, the name of this abomination is Skibidi Mobile. These two side boxes are for the motors, which we're gonna put on each side, and the type of motors we're gonna use are DC, so they're called DC motors. And they usually look somewhat like this. I'm gonna be fully honest with you, I have no idea how it even works. All my monkey brain understands is, if voltage, motor spin. And we're only going to need 2 on the backside and put 1 wheel at the front without a motor. Which leads me to the next part, the wheels for the Skibidi Mobile. Before deciding on designing them myself once again, I actually tried looking for similar wheels, but couldn't find any which fit the size for the steel rod of the DC motor. And once again I am absolutely clueless as to how to do this, and I'll have to research once again. Be right back. Now that we finally also have the wheels ready, we can start assembling everything. Start by mounting the breadboard power supply and putting the Pi Pico in between the rails, so that you don't create a short circuit. We need the power supply because the 3.3 volts from the Pico aren't actually enough to make the motors turn. We need at least 5 volts for that. Next, we'll need to put in the motors. As a rare big brain move, I actually did my research before buying the motors and stumbled upon an electrical component called an H-bridge. And all it does is enable you to control the direction of a DC motor. It consists of 4 switches, and depending on whether one is closed or not, the output direction is different. Let's say for example that switch 1 and 4 are closed, the resulting direction will be forward. If switch 2 and 3 are closed, however, the resulting direction will be backwards. Likewise, you can simply open all switches to stop the motor. Remember that in electronics, when a switch is closed, it means that electricity is flowing through. And the specific H-bridge that I have here is the L298N. All that's left is wiring everything up using wires and the receiver is done. For the transmitter, we don't need to use a power supply as 3.3 volts from the Pi Pico is enough. Here we need to connect the infrared sensor to ground, out and VCC, and that's basically everything for the transmitter. There is one teeny tiny problem however. I forgot to account for batteries when I was ordering the parts, so I won't actually be able to power everything wirelessly without the car being connected to a power outlet or my PC. Luckily, the Raspberry Pi Pico supports a Python-like programming language called MicroPython. If you're interested in the code, check it out on GitHub, link to that is in the description below. On that same topic, if you want to build this yourself, I listed all the components I used in the description. All in all, it cost me around $10 to $15 to make. And of course, for the cherry on top, I have literally no use for this, so if you want to buy it or learn how to build something like this yourself, join my Discord and chat with me. Sorry again guys for delaying this video so long. I had my final exams and it took every single one of my brain cells to just barely pass. I hope I won't ever be late like this again, but for now I'll try to upload one video every 2 weeks at least. So yeah, until next time.